Okay.
Okay, let me get everybody. Okay, and there's the speech giver.
Hi, I'm Karla Kassey. Have you ever wondered if you or somebody else that you know has attention deficit disorder? Well, if you don't have attention deficit disorder, you might be concerned about other people that do have it, and you might want to know more information about it. My specific purpose today is to talk about attention deficit disorder and why it can be successfully managed. My credibility is such that I have done research on attention deficit disorder, and I've also substitute taught in a classroom where students had attention deficit disorder and hyperactivity disorder, and as a substitute teacher. And today I want to talk to you about how ADD can be overcome. I want to discuss 3 students that had attention deficit disorder, and I want to talk about how computers help these students in school to prepare vocationally for successful vocational opportunities. According to Carnes and Holloway, while up to 60% of children continue to have the disorder into adulthood, some adolescents conquer it successfully. I want to share an example of a student that had attention deficit disorder that successfully conquered it. This particular student, she was listening to her CD player in class because she couldn't concentrate on her schoolwork unless she listened to the CD player. It allowed her to do her schoolwork, the schoolwork that she didn't find as pleasant, because it offered a distraction. And that's one of the hallmarks of attention deficit disorder, is that students that have it need some sort of distraction while they do their schoolwork. And she wanted to work in the school office as a student assistant, so I encouraged her to do so. And she worked there for 2 years as a student assistant. And she got experience with Microsoft Office and Microsoft Word, and she also got experience with computers in general. And that helped her to prepare for a career. And when she graduated, she started a career as an administrative assistant in a company. So she was very successful despite having attention deficit disorder. And according to Nadeau 2005, students with high levels of learned creativity, motivation, and goal orientation can be successful adults despite having attention deficit disorder. And this is despite the fact that according to Schweibert, 1998, only 2% of adults with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder are successful in a professional career in positions that require a college degree. And I want to explain 2 other students. These students didn't have ADD, but they had ADHD. And it was 2 girls, and they were best friends. And one of the girls, they had access to computers in the classroom, and one of the girls was looking something up on her email, and she said what it was, and I said, it sounds like the name of a company that would help with the relocation services for young career women that had to relocate for their jobs. And I recounted my situation where I had to relocate at one point for my job, and how it was very difficult to do so without having any kind of service. And I said it would be great if they had some kind of a relocation service that would help career women in particular with relocating. And the girls took the idea and they ran with it, and they they were able to start their own company with the help of mentors. So they successfully started an internet-based relocation service for young career women. And some notable entrepreneurs with ADHD are Richard Branson, Paul Orfalia, Kinko's, David Neeleman, JetBlue, and Ingvar Kamprad, IKEA. And Richard Branson, of course, was from Virgin Group Airlines. And this was according to AntShell 2018. Also, according to AntShell 2018, hyperactivity is positively correlated with entrepreneurship. And the reason being is that it's positively correlated with risk-taking, novelty, and independence, which are hallmarks of people with ADHD. Those are things that they enjoy. And according to Bolick, Lindstrom, Salem, Kelberg, and Hemmingson, young people with ADD and ADHD, they also really want to use computers at school for vocational purposes so that they can get comfortable with computers, because computers are something that they, if they're comfortable with them, it will help them to have a career. And the thing about these three students, they all used computers at school, and they had workstations that they could use. And this created a positive vocational situation for the students. And the school also had NetNanny, so the kids couldn't get into trouble on the computers. And according to Bolick et al., students with ADD and ADHD in general don't have access to computers at school because apparently the schools are afraid that they're going to misuse them, which is unfortunate. And in conclusion, we discussed how ADD and ADHD can be successfully managed. We discussed 3 students that successfully conquered these disorders. And we discussed how computers can be used in the school to facilitate positive vocational situations for students. So I hope that if you do know anybody with attention deficit disorder, which almost everybody seems to know somebody, that you'll do more research on the topic and try to learn more about it, especially if you have people in social situations or in the workplace that you come in contact with. And thank you for your attention, and I'll take any questions that you have.